Greetings and welcome, my friends. This is Matt. I lose 92 times. Is that a per-day basis, bro? Maybe keep that a secret. We're kicking things off with a 3-lander that's got double opt, a removal, and more card draw with an arena. One of our lands is a surveil land, so we've got plenty of extra looks, as we like to say around here. Keep your pants on. Our first draw is another land, which is fine. We do need to hit at least 4 mana. We'll drop the Surveil land and see what we got coming. That's 1/2 of our death combo, so we'll keep it. They have no plays through their 3rd turn, so we'll take the time to opt and check out what we've got coming up. We have another Grift, but what we really want is a Pact, so we'll send this Grift right on down. There's still 2 more left elsewhere in the deck, so we're going to be all right. And that's the other part of our combo. Now all we need to do is set up the board. The arena doubles the amount of cards we draw at the start of our turns. It's always great to have extra ammo, even when we've got the combo in hand. They have nothing to pressure our life total, so we'll take advantage of the clear board. They play out a fountain port, but fish tokens are not really a threat. They're probably loaded with removal for men, so we might have trouble keeping a guy in play. But let's see how it goes. This will be a pact turn. It's hand disruption as well as removal and card draw until the final option. You gotta play with fire if you want to cook. The fish beatdown begins, only 10 more turns to go, not counting the life we'll gain from the pact. We'll let the opponent take the 4 damage straight to the face. We're not afraid of your seafood, bro. We won't be dying to a plate of sushi. I'm pretty sure our creeper won't stay on board for long, but we've got to try. If we can get him to stick, we'll be able to combo. They sniped the creeper right away. It's fear that makes them strike. What they should have done is made another fish, then sniped the creeper on their turn. Oopsie poopsie, bro. They pillage the bog, a fantastic card in any Golgari deck. If they're loaded up with answers, they can easily tutor up a card they need for only 2 mana. They dug up a paw patch formation to snipe our pact. Luckily, we have 4 of those in the deck, and we already have a backup in hand. They bring their fish, but it's time to carve up some sushi. Had they made another fish instead of sniping our creeper, they'd have another right now, but they were in a hurry to clear out our guy. Opt shows us another creeper on top. We'll gladly take it. This turn will have to be another pact turn. Then we'll play out the fear. All we need is a few turns and for them to play out another guy or an enchantment. They go without plays, which seems rather weird. Surely they won't be relying on fish the entire game. They didn't like our first pact at all, so we'll drop another bomb. Get rocked, bro. Get ready to eat it. Eat it like a pie. We're going to hold our fear back since they can easily make a fish to block. We want them to have some sushi at the ready, but we want it alive. Their win condition is fish. How funny is that? They realize that sushi is not a good way to go. Geez, bro. Smell you and your fish later. This is she's a can full of lore. Tell me some stories from long ago. We get a 3-lander with half of our combo and a pair of fear. The arena is a bonus that will get us extra draws. Keep. We draw a swamp, which is perfect. It'll let us play out the arena without having to use the Mirex for the second black. We can save it for later in case we don't draw a second blue. An underground river will be the source of our second blue when the time comes. For lands, we're set. Now all we need is a pact, and for them to get one of their men down. Everyone plays men, right? I don't know what this person is up to. They've got no plays through their first 3 turns. Our fears might go the distance. We'll swing in, then drop the arena. Let's see if they have enchantment destruction in their deck. Just want to make sure they don't have lands that can suddenly turn into men. It's clear, so let's go in. The lore can is maybe a trash can. What could they be playing? We'll hit them with the Nightmare and they'll have to toss a card. At long last, we'll see what they might be up to. That's a Flood Caller they threw out. The Otter combo meets the Pact combo deck. I have to admit, it feels like a year ago I was trying to make their deck work, but it felt like you had to get lucky every game to get close to getting a win. They could potentially have another Flood Caller that they can play out at instant speed, but we have a removal at the ready. There's the second Flood Caller. He might be on his phone, but his call can't be completed as dialed. Please hang up and try again. From the grave, bro. That's their key card, and now there are 2 of them in the grave. Only 2 more left in hand and or in their deck. Let's impulse and check out our top 4 cards. They snipe our fears with a double bounce spell, but that only delays things for a bit. We've got a good selection of cards on top, but I like the Creeper in this spot. It will pressure the opponent a bit more than the 2 fears we have in hand. We get a second Creeper, which is perfect. The Creepers are best when you can have multiples in play. We'll load up the board with our men. That's a tasty 4 spot. They'll be looking at taking on our next turn. They play out a blue Overlord. But is it a matter of too little too late? It can block our fears, but the creepers will get in for hits. On our upkeep, we'll sacrifice our Nightmare and hopefully stop ourselves from drawing more lands. We'll take the opt, but the Verge has got to go. There's a pact. A little late to the party, but it's better than not showing up at all. Let's swing in for damages. We've got enough on board that we can take them out on our attack. We can use the pact to smash them in the face for 4. Then the creepers will get through, and it doesn't matter if they block the fears or not. We can use their ability to ping their precious face for more damages. They snipe a creeper, but that still puts them within kill range. We've got 2 damages from the fears, 3 from the creeper, and 4 from the pact. They are all toast, no jam, no butter, all burnt bread. All right, step 1, hit them with the pact. That'll take Trash Can down to 5 life. Then we'll swing in, and it won't matter if they block or not. GG's Garbage Can. This is pizza. Oh my god. I say the same thing when it shows up at my door, bro. We get a somewhat clunky-looking shuffler special, but we have double opt and an impulse to help us dig our way out of this jam. Keep your pants on. They land a first turn Tiny Bones. Please don't laugh because he admits his bone is tiny. He hates it when you laugh. With double opt in hand, I really wanted to play out the Verge first, but let's give our Surveil land a shot. We've got a Mirex on top, which is perfectly fine. It's time to unload these nightmares. Get some bro, eat them up, eat them like a pie. All they seem to have is their 1/1 tiny boned friend. Against some opponents, that's all you need. That and 20 turns. We'll surveil yet again, and that is another land on top. Again, that's fine. The opponent is not in a hurry to do us in, so we've got time. We know what's coming, so we won't bother to burn an opt. Let's hold on to it for a better moment. They land an invasion of a Monket, which is going to make us toss a card, but we're fine with throwing out the land. We still have plenty of options with opt and impulse that we're not in any trouble. We'll make a might token at the end of their turn. We might scare them into thinking we're going to start generating tokens every turn, and all we need is 10 hits with them versus their 20 hits with puny bones. What in the name of... They're trying to use our stuff against us. That's a horrible plan against this deck. They're taking our fear with their little boned wonder. We'll opt and see what else we might be able to get. It's time to start looking for our pact, since they now have an enchantment we can swap with. We get a removal, and it's time to end the life and times of the shrunken bone guy. Smell you later, bro. Our impulse finds us a pact, and that's what we'll take. Our combo is assembled, and all we need is a few turns to burn through the first few abilities. We get a second pact, and that will seal things up nicely. The effects really are quite powerful, especially if you can chain a pair or more of them together. They play out another fragile boned wonder, and follow it up with their Darth Maul. It's a small team that's going to be too slow to pile up damages against us. Opt shows us a removal, and we'll be happy to take it. Let's use the pact to take out their small bone. It's not big enough for this game. Double pact should make it about impossible for them to do enough damage to us to knock us off before we give them the gift they don't want. They send their men at the invasion. Well, that's 4 damages we won't be taking this turn. Thanks, bro. We'll be sure to reward you with the gift of one of our cards. We've been doing nothing but sniping the tiny boned wonder all game, and we're not about to change. We get a fear, and that will be our first play this turn. Let's follow it up with the arena, since our life total is bloated and fat, unlike their freakishly small bone. We'll leave up mana for our removal in case they get another microscopic boned guy. They tap out for a command. That's all fine and good. The game is about over, and they made sure to let us know they won't bother with a counterspell if they even have any. It's always nice when the opponent cooperates. The first pact is down to its last option before we lose, so this turn we'll be giving it away. This is where we thank them for taking our guy. Without our fear on their side, this wouldn't be possible. GG's, bro. Extra cheese. This is IQ Zero Gaming. Good to know what to expect, bro. Thanks. We get an all-blue 3-lander with a pair of Opt and half of our combo. It looks good. We can use Opt to help us find black mana. Keep. Our gruely opponent plays out a swamp, then drops a beanstalk. Might be domain. Let's hold on to our shorts until we know more. On the bright side, they've already played out an enchantment for us to swap them with. We'll Opt at the end of their turn. That's a swamp on top. We'll definitely keep it. We'll drop the swamp in and play out the nightmare. We'll have another Opt play at the end of their turn as well. They tossed a beanstalk. Maybe they have all 4 in hand. They hit us with a duress, so let's fire off our Opt. That's a fear on top, but with 1 in hand already, let's send it on down. Their only option is to take the Grift. The land draws are going to kill us. They play out a Sheoldred, but before we take the damage from her, we'll sacrifice the Nightmare. We'll send the land on down and keep the Impulse. That should help us find a removal. Our Surveil land shows us a fear, but those are only going to do so much against Shelly. Let's slide it on over. Swipe left, boys. Amazing, their bat is going to take the only non-land card we have in hand. Sure, bro, it must be the luck of the Irish. They oopsie-poopsie and send in Shelly. Like champs will block up. They truly are 0 IQ. They land a Magda before they send in Shelly for damages. This impulse we're about to fire off will be very critical. That's a pact among the 4 cards, and that's what we'll take. Its impact won't be felt until our next turn, but it's something at least. Depending on what we draw, the pact could save the game for us. It also depends on if they have enchantment destruction or not. They seem a bit concerned, so that might be a good sign. There's a rather long hitch before we get it down. Opt is additional pain for us, but we'll fire it off anyways. Drawing a land now would be a disaster. That's an impulse. It really could not have been a better card for this moment. The pact will let us take out Magda and we'll gain 4 life. And before Shelly has a chance to do her thing, we'll impulse and check out our top 4. And there's a removal. It's like a magic trick. We pulled a rabbit out of a hat. Okay, Shelly, open your mouth and eat this. Eat it like a pie. It's clear they don't have good plays when the best they can do is make a token. We'll impulse at the end of their turn. If we find a grift, we'll be able to take them down. Negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full. We do have a Nightmare which we can use to scry. We get another Nightmare and a second Pact. Open the bomb bay doors. We're going full nuclear. The Nightmares will limit their options, and we can wipe out their hand next time around. All they'll have is their tokens. They tossed a removal, good choice, and we knew that was all they had. Let's sacrifice the Nightmare at the end of their turn, and we can check out what we have coming up. A removal and a fear, those will not do. Let's ship them both. We'll make them toss a pair of cards, and we'll draw 2. And there's a Grift, right on time. We'll use the Nightmare we just drew to take out their last card. If it's an enchantment destruction, we'll laugh so hard. And now we grift for the win. Thanks for coming to the big show, but it's time to see your way out. The Pact hits before they draw, so they don't even get a chance to draw something to destroy the Pact. We give them the best gift ever. Don't say we never gave you anything, bro. And that will be GG's, extra cheese, and that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.